On today's special in-studio Poker Live podcast, me and Doug Polk are going to be discussing the American Poker Awards that Doug did actually win this year. We're going to be talking about the Poker Awards, we'll be talking about Limon and Live at the Bike situation. We'll be talking about the future of content in poker, YouTube poker, Doug's heads-up course, debatably the best heads-up course ever. And we'll be talking about on some unfortunate news Doug's dealing with this channel. This is sad news. We're talking about that at the end, right?
We'll talk about this at the end.
All right, it's kind of sad stuff.
It's some sad news, but it'll be okay.
All right, guys. Welcome to the award-winning Poker Live podcast. My name's Joey One, a.k.a. Chicago Joey. Joined today on the podcast by a man who needs no introduction. This is a man who's been known to put out great content. This is a man who's been known to have put out content on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook.
You name it.
Twitter.
I'm on it.
YouTube. You on Tumblr?
I'm on Tumblr.
Okay. This is a guy who's taken poker to another level, changing the motherfucking game. It's my guy, Doug Polk, a.k.a. Doug, a.k.a. Poppy. What's up, Poppy? Welcome to the podcast,
Thank you for
man.
having me on the pod. And I love how that was a really signature Joey style introduction, you know? We're just like casually chatting. Are you ready? Yeah, let's go. Press record. You're like, what is up, guys? Poppy here.
Yeah, you're right.
Full blown. But I do want to start off by congratulating you on winning the award for the podcast.
Thank you.
Honestly, though, if anyone else had won it, it would have been insane.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's a clear, like, in the podcast game in poker, there's your boy Poppy, and then there's kind of everyone else.
That's true.
So congratulations, though.
Thank you. And by the way, so I was on the jury for the Poker Awards. There's 7 people on the jury. I was one of the 7. There was a jury award, and you got to nominate a person. So now the other names I tried nominating were David Bazoff. Shout out to David Bazoff. Calvin Ayre, of course, for just Bovada, Bodog being in my life, and shout out to the high stakes games on there. But I also nominated Doug Polk on there. And I said, Doug Polk needs to win an award. This is a guy who's... I feel like American Poker Awards, I feel like Doug Polk needs to win something. You know what I mean? But, unfortunately, we couldn't give it to you. I think Matt Savage took it down. But Matt Savage, always a very good person. He does a lot of work for the poker world. He does a lot of stuff with educating people on Twitter when they ask him questions, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I did think it was pretty unfortunate that there wasn't something for you in there. And, I mean, I feel like just this year you've done so much with YouTube, so much with everything, man. Really just helping to bring poker to another level. Millions of views on YouTube. I mean, it's crazy, man. I can't believe it.
Yeah, no, and obviously I really appreciate that. This has basically become, my full-time job over the last year. I still play some poker, but really more of a focus on streaming, videos, social media, all that stuff. So, I was hoping to clearly be at least nominated in some category. I think that maybe the categories that existed didn't have like a direct one for me, kind of. Right. I mean, I think that there's some reasonable merit to content, media, and streaming. At least nomination one of those areas. But at the end of the day, I do think that I did not help myself to win these awards with some of the videos I had done the past year. But frankly, like, that just doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to make good videos. I'm going to say what needs to be said. I'm my own man. And, if people, mess up, I'm going to call them out on it. And if that means I don't get an award, then, like, whatever.
All right, so let's talk about this. Because I've seen some comments on over on 2+2. I've seen some comments on Reddit, some comments on YouTube about this subject. So, and something I read was that you mentioned in your thread, I believe, on 2+2, was that you shouldn't be penalized for, it's a poker award, so it needs to award the best content. You shouldn't be penalized for maybe saying certain things about people that may or may not be directly related with the awards.
Right.
But you can understand at the same time, like, you take shots at somebody, obviously these are still humans involved in this, so they're going to be,
sure.
I mean, they're going to feel like, hey,
for example, one of the videos that I think I was most proud of last year, in terms of just how funny. I'm serious.
Stop it.
I think.
What?
I think one of the videos I'm most proud of last year was the video making fun of the GPL, the most earth-shattering event ever. And
what do you mean? You congratulating them? I thought you're congratulating the moneymakers for winning the GP.
True, but like they didn't actually win. It was, obviously it was a joke.
Oh.
You know who won, right?
The moneymakers, I thought.
No, the moneymakers did not win.
Berlin Bears.
Shit. Who did they play?
I think the Berlin Bears.
The Berlin.
It was the team with all the...
No. The Berlin Bears...
What Timex? I thought it was on Berlin. Canada.
No, dude, the Berlin Bears lost to whoever won the league. But anyway, it was great. People loved the league. A lot of people cared about it. And
Did they?
I'm being sarcastic, Joey.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway,
I mean, maybe I don't know.
Come on, get with it here.
I wanted it to believe me, I'm a big fan of GPL. I want GPL to work. I told GPL season 2, I'm all for GPL season working.
Totally
I think that's great for poker if it does.
I totally agree. But in the format it was in, it just wasn't very alluring as a viewer because the matches didn't really feel like they had enough significance. And one of the best things about poker is that it's played for money. When two people play, someone wins. There's a financial, direct incentive there. And obviously, if you win the league, you win $100K as a team.
Allegedly.
Is
that true?
Yeah.
Okay, that's confirmed. Okay, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Are rules anymore? It's hard to say.
I don't even know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure this out.
But anyway, so the bottom line was their viewership struggled a lot, and frankly, I found the format to be kind of boring. So I made a video where I dropped a bunch of jokes about it, and I really enjoyed the video. I thought it was a well put together video. But there's 0% chance ever, even if that video was like extremely popular, right? That video is never going to be up for an award when the owner of like the awards also owns the company you're making fun of. Like, there's just no way it's going to happen. And that's actually something that in poker, it's really tough because if you look at the players in the media of poker, because poker is a much smaller space than like, worldwide news and stuff. And there's obviously problems there too, but because poker is such a small space, almost everyone is kind of like in the pockets of like one of the major companies, This brought to you by Upswing Poker. No. Anyway, everyone's kind of like in the pocket of someone else, right? And I'm not saying there's a good solution to that, but
pay me for that, man.
We do pay you.
How much you pay me? How much? I'm not getting paid no money.
You're an affiliate.
I've never even sold an affiliate. Oh, I need to put the code in.
That's you. That's on you, man. That's not on us.
True.
Anyway,
you're right. You're right.
The point is like, I'm not saying again I have a good solution to this, but that didn't help me. When we're looking at the American Poker Awards, and then there's obviously some people that I've kind of had my own personal like kind of battles with. But here's the thing, like everything that I've done, really with the exception I guess of the tolerating thing, has really been in jest. Like I have no problem with any of these people. I have no problem with Mercier. I have no problem with Dean Eggs. I have no problem with any of those guys. Like, it's just when people do ridiculous things, my job as it is today is to make fun of that. I just that's part of what I'm doing these days. And I think it's good, by the way, to have that. It's kind of like, again, going to like more mainstream news, like The Daily Show, where they like make fun of things, right? Or Colbert on the Late Show, or whatever.
Doug Colbert.
Yeah.
Okay, Doug Colbert.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
hey,
Doug Colbert.
Have you considered calling it Colbert Hands?
Have you? That's a good question.
Not
Would
yet.
you ever consider calling them that?
Yeah, it could be a.
Would you ever consider about calling them Alec or Hands?
It really is funny how much of a life of its own that whole thing has picked up.
How'd that come from? I don't even remember.
Well, originally it was because I had a news show called Poker News, which has kind of come back recently. I've been doing some news, but I'm not like packaging it as Poker News anymore because to new players, if they're like they see a video on YouTube and it says Poker News, they're gonna be like, "What's a Poker News?" It's like you don't even know that's poker, right? So I'm packaging it a little bit different, but the format's coming back, and I think from that moment where I named it that, there's always been the poker jokes kind of growing, and in the last like month, it just seems like it has exploded.
Well, you got great shows like PL Okerhands out there.
Listen,
they're like, I don't know. It's like I like it. I think it's great.
Yeah, no.
Plus,
sure.
Your last name's Polk. Did you know that?
I'm aware of that.
Well,
I will have to factor that in.
And poker
future.
and Polk.
Right. But let's talk about something else about the American Poker Awards for a moment. Let's talk about the Cate Hall thing, because the Cate Hall.
Your girl, Cate Hall.
My girl, Cate Hall.
That's your girl, right?
Why is it my girl?
That's my girl, Cate Hall, man. Listen, I saw it. So Kate was sitting at her table. Shout out to Cate Hall. She's sitting at her table. She prepared her speech. Listen, it was a long speech. I saw it written down. Okay. The fact that she went up there and nailed the speech like she did, I was impressed. But let's talk about what she said. So, honestly, I don't know what she really said. Let me open this.
That was great. That was a great transition. But anyway, let me just say this. So, I made a video about this, a few days ago, and I wanted to say that, like, I think some people might have like kind of misunderstood what I said in the video, but a lot of Kate's main points I actually agree with. Like, I agree with, basically by having a female player of the year, at the end of the year, they give the best player an award and they give the best female player an award. You're basically like kind of saying like, of like the weak gender, like you guys have an award.
I ain't saying.
That's what they're saying.
I did not say that. That's Doug.
Joey,
listen, they're gonna put that on Twitter. Like
that's what Cate Hall said.
Kelly Minkin's gonna send me something.
Dude,
I don't want. Natasha might tweet something at me on here. Okay.
Let's get back on point.
Okay.
That's what Cate Hall was saying.
Kate Hall said that.
Yeah, I'm like paraphrasing.
Yeah, you're right. Kate Hall did say it. Yeah, so, right. Why should women get this award?
Let's put the pitchforks down.
Okay, good.
This guy's like, I'm like, should we talk?
I'm terrified, man.
I'm like, should we talk about this?
I'm scared.
And he's like, what if we say the wrong thing? It's just like,
I'm scared, Poppy. I don't know what they're gonna kill me.
All right,
they tried to cornering me the other night at the awards, and they wanted to beat me up if I didn't rescind the comment about the big girl grind. I don't know what I'm saying.
Anyway, so the thing is, I agree with her premise. Like, she's saying that. Women are just as smart as men, which is true, and that
very true.
The biggest problem for women is that there just aren't many women in poker, which is also true.
True.
My main beef that I had with what she was saying was like when she said that if she'd been here longer, she'd be like she could beat anyone in the world. But that's not a gender thing. That's just like I don't believe Cate Hall is that good kind of thing. Bang, bang. Not confirmed, not best in the world. Like I think Cate Hall is a good player, but she's not like best in the world kind of player. So and it's also like I think she doesn't think of it from the perspective of like all the other good players out there, that have worked hard and are really smart people that have gotten to the top. Okay, they're guys, but they're ridiculously good. And just to be like, oh, if I'd been here longer, I would beat you is just that's simply not really true.
Right.
In my opinion. So. I had a little bit of beef with that, and then the second thing that I had a problem with was if you really feel like the award represents, the sexism towards women, then why accept the award? What are your thoughts on that, Joey?
I think she mentioned something about that. She wanted to accept it because she didn't want to disrespect the award or something like that.
But she just blatantly did. She stepped up and did that.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I think it's like I don't know. Are we allowed to speak on this because we're men? Like, should we can't? I think it's great for women. Like, women want to be like. I think that's just how it works in other genres. You have, and then they say, whatever. Everyone's got their own retort to this. But I've talked to many women who like that kind of stuff. They want to go after that type of stuff. So I don't think it's a bad thing I think that helps draw more women into poker as well too. And I guess some are going to be turned off by having this Women of the Year award. But at the same time, I mean. Is it that big of a deal? I guess it is to some. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would be to me, but I can understand how it would be to somebody like Kate or something like that.
You know what I think? I think it's actually a little bit of both. I think it is both like a little bit sexist and good at bringing women to the game. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be both. I mean, it is a little bit demeaning to say like, oh, we're going to have a women's award.
Right.
But is it good to promote women playing poker? I think so. Right. I think that's definitely good for the game. Look, I see my own demographics on YouTube. Like, there are not many women in poker, or at least maybe for me, with the guns like Joey over here. Maybe they're showing up. But anyway,
listen, they're coming out.
Anyway,
all 3% of them coming out. Shout out to the women out there watching right now.
I'm also 3%. So the point is, like, if there's 30 men for every woman that plays poker, then statistically it's much less likely there's going to be a top woman because just there's just so few of them compared to men. So I guess like my main argument as well, and actually I was tweeting with Vanessa Selps and Cate Hall about this, but another problem I think is that from like a societal standpoint, I think it is more acceptable for smart men to enter into fields that are maybe considered to be gray areas-ish and make money than it is for women. And like let me just give like a really extreme example to highlight that.
Okay.
If someone's a big time drug dealer, okay, and they're a man, it's not acceptable. Obviously, it's still not acceptable, but it's seen differently than if it was a woman, right?
I don't know. I don't know any big time.
But like the idea of it.
Okay, I gotta lie. I actually do know a woman drug dealer.
Nice.
And I love her. I don't know. She's great.
But I guess my point is just I feel that in gray areas, it's more acceptable in a society to say like men are just doing what they have to do to hustle and make money. Mm-hmm. I think it's more acceptable. And so then I feel that what happens when you look at really smart people, I feel that women end up going into more traditional paths for like really smart women end up being like doctors and lawyers and those types of careers more often than maybe men do, where men are more likely to like start like businesses that are just kind of like shots in the dark, or they're more likely to figure out places that they can make money.
I can't go here.
All right, whatever, man.
I can't go. I can't go. Believe me, I want to talk about it in this one, but like, man, I've seen how they get.
Here's the thing.
They're coming. They shut me down, man. Maybe I am owned. Maybe I am owned by the feminist movement of equal rights out here, man. I might be.
Here's the thing. I'm not sexist. Like, I think women are just as smart as men. I think that if there was an equal amount of women as men in poker, they would.
I think so
they
too.
would do just as well. I
agree.
I think if a lot of like the smartest women out there were getting into poker in the way a lot of men are, they would absolutely be there. I'm not sexist at all. I'm just trying to give reasons why I think it is like this in the current environment. And like, if people are just gonna like yell feminism at you and just like scream in the comments, I mean, like, you can only really do so much. Like, you still have to like be able to try and talk about issues, even if it can be a little risky.
I guess that's kind of what we do, is we talk about things that are going on, right? So we talk about this thing that's happening with Kate, and she makes she made this speech about it, and I don't exactly know what the speech does for poker. So she makes the speech. So now what? Now it's like, well, we're going to get rid of it. Probably not. It's probably still going to be around. So I guess she draws more attention to, hey, women should be treated just like men. But I mean, at the same, I don't know. Like, is that going to happen? I don't know. I don't exactly know what it does. I'm not draw more awareness to it.
I think overall, it is good for poker and a little bit sexist.
Do you think that's just something that is what it is?
I think it is what it is. I mean, I think, I guess, because I agree with a lot of Kate's points. I mean, I understand what she's saying.
Yeah, it makes sense too. But I mean, I don't know. I guess like the way, and then I've heard people say, should there be like the best black guy award? Should there be the best?
People say that?
I think I saw some in the comments. Should there be the best
black
guy?
You're going. I'm not.
Listen,
I don't know who this is. Why are you in my hotel room?
Listen, if there's the best guy that wears a tank top, I'm coming for that award. I want that award, man. If there's the best kind of guy who's from Poland/Germany, like, I want that award. Shout the fader, he's out there. Like, it'd be tough, but like, I'd like that award. I don't mind. I guess. Like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to win some awards. Like, why not? Give me some more categories I can be in, right?
Bro,
like,
some of us are trying to get on the board for awards.
Bang bang. That's true. But yeah, man, I don't know. Whatever. It's something like I'm gonna think about, but at the same time, what can I personally do? I don't know. Until I figure out what I can personally do, then I'll be able to take more of a stance about it. But at the same time, I know it's a topic out there that women are discussing. So.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to give a little bit of coverage here. But overall, awards, I feel like awards this year were a little bit smaller than last year. The venue was different. The conference was a lot smaller, a lot less people. So I don't know. What do you think about the future of the awards? You think they're going to be something that sticks around as long as 80s around here?
Well, I mean, I've never been to the awards, and before, I think I might have heard about them last year. But before last year, I didn't even know that they existed. And I think for like, a lot of people, when I've brought it up, talking about it on my channel, I think a lot of people are like, I didn't even know that these were a thing.
Yeah.
So I think the awards are very, unlike, something very mainstream like the Oscars, right? I think that
those have been around for like 80 years too.
Yeah,
90 years.
But I think that it's much more of an industry thing within poker rather than, a mainstream thing.
I agree.
Which, the future of that, I think, is not really going to be in turmoil, because as long as the industry itself wants to have those awards.
You know what, Doug? I got an idea.
What's up?
Why don't we come up with some awards?
Come up with our own awards?
Our own awards.
We could do that.
Why don't we? We'd be rewarding think about this. We'd be rewarding Twitch people, online poker players, live poker players, media. I feel like we could do some good awards. Now, whether we'd have a big awards ceremony, that's debatable. First year, we're starting off.
We could at least do a video.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, we got some awards coming. All right, that's it. We're doing our own awards. We're going to do the real poker awards, okay?
We're going to call it the real?
The real.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. The real poker award. And it's, whatever it is. The American Poker Awards are American Poker Awards. But honestly, we're spreading around to the whole entire industry.
I feel like people should just like be able to vote or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Why have like a panel of like judges that just have to pick everything? Why not let the people decide?
We see how that works with other industries. So,
Ooh.
I mean, I feel like...
Bang, bang.
Yeah, you're right. We'll see what happens. But we just came with that idea. So let's move on. Next topic here. We got Live at the Bike. So recently, Live at the Bike and hashtag free Limon. So there was a little incident, Doug, that happened where you you didn't know, you didn't know you need to show up at 7 o'clock to Limon's show. Limon freaked out. He made these big rant. He talked about would you big time Joey Ingram. And then it seems like Limon and Live at the Bike had some sort of mutual partying with each other. But he did a freak out. It was all over the internet, Reddit, 2+2, YouTube as well. And from when I posted about it, I'm like, hey, Doug, it's a show where you're not really known. You're supposed to show up at 7 o'clock. Like,
Yeah.
That's how it's always been. I've never known as a show like that. You should call in whenever the fuck you call in. So you call in 20 minutes late. He's treating you like you're this devil. You big timed him. You did this. You did that. And he sort of just freaked out about it, man. And I guess what's your thoughts on that situation? Because I don't know if you've really talked about it too much on any videos.
Well, for starters, to kind of like go back to what happened from like the start, I'd been talking with Feldman about coming on the show.
Shout out to Feldman, doing great stuff, man.
Yeah, doing great stuff. And he said we're gonna have a heads up day. I'm lining up some heads up opponents. So, what will you play? I'll play whatever. He's like, oh, Limon will play you heads up 5100, half PLO, half no limit. I said, okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm down to play. Even though I'm not an expert in it, I do love the great game of Pot Limit Omaha.
Tons.
But anyway, so that was what we agreed upon. And then a few days later, it became like, oh, Limon's only going to do it if you're on a show. So I was like, okay, well, I'm willing to do that. Then I'm told that his show starts at 7 next week, but I'm not told like when I have to be there because the show in general, if you guys have seen it before, it's a very casual call-in type show. So I thought that I was just going to be calling in at some point during it, and we were going to talk about the challenge and stuff. Well, at 7:20, started at 7. 7:20, I go to call in, and he's not picking up. And I turn on the stream, and I'm like, hey man, pick up your phone. And he just bans me from the Twitch chat, and he's just ranting about me. He's just like ranting and ranting, and I'm like texting Feldman, and I'm like, hey man, can you get me on this? Like, what's going on? And he's just talking all this shit about me. And so I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll stream too. So I stream, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. And like, I'm on my stream, and he's on his stream. And then he basically says like, actually, sorry, we do get to talk on the phone for one instance where Feldman calls me, hooks us through, and then he's like, if you think I give a fuck about, like, it just the first sentence was something like that. I was like, all right, then you don't. And I just hung up the phone because, like, I'm not going to, like, be talked to like that, like, on a stream. Like, he's, like I am somehow a terrible person because I'm 20 minutes late and wasn't even told to be there at 7. So he just, like, went off on me, and I just hung up the phone, and like, that was basically it. And what was interesting was that a lot of players, or a lot of people, a lot of the viewers were like, oh, this is staged. I'm like, guys, this is not staged. We're not just, like, doing this to get viewership, you know? And then he ended up using that as an excuse to cancel our match, which is kind of LOL to me. Mm-hmm. So I tweeted at him, I said, Limon, if you didn't have the money, you could have just said,
bang, bang.
You didn't have the money. You didn't have to, like, make it into something. Obviously, MIA for the week I'm there for Doug Polk week, where I did a couple of full-ring games, heads up day. And he just MIA, and then he finally gets his Twitter back, and he's just, like, going off. Just, like, one thing after another about, quote, dog puke.
All right, let me go Stephen A. Smith on this one, Doug. Let me put this down. Look. Now listen. You show up 20 minutes late to the show. Misunderstanding, right? Mm-hmm. 2 ways to handle the situation, Doug. 1, you say, hey, man, it's all right. I understand. I got a call-in show. I get it. Let's chat. Let's talk about our match coming up. Right?
Right.
How most people would handle the situation.
I would imagine.
You got option 2. You freak out about it. You start going crazy on Twitter. You start going crazy on Reddit. Start going crazy on a video. You freak out for an hour and a half about this happening, for whether it's for your personally hurt, whether it's like a calculated thing, you think it's going to get more views, or whatever like that. And Limon's my guy. I like Limon too, man. I got none but respect for Limon. He's been hustling a long time. He's been putting in work a long time. He's been successful a long time. But I mean, come on, man. Like, me and Limon tried to do a show before. We were going to do a podcast, and he couldn't figure out how to get his podcast turned off and get onto my show. I advertised the show. Same thing he said that he did for you. I start the show. I say, hey, we're going to be on the show with Limon. It doesn't work out. I'm upset for 5 minutes. You know what? He messages me. He says, hey, I'm sorry. I say, okay, I get it, man. I get it. Misunderstanding. No problem, man. Like, that's it. That's the end of it. I've done
Which is totally ridiculous that he's done that, and then this is what happens.
Right. I've done hundreds of podcasts. People have showed up late. You know what I did? I put on a great fucking podcast with them. We had a great conversation. I got over it. I didn't make a fucking crazy video about it. And I'm not even professional, man. You know, listen, you're a professional. I'm not the one that's going around talking about being professional. But at the same, you don't treat somebody like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're taking your time out. You're showing up to this show. You're gonna come on his show. You're gonna do live at the bike. I mean, that's helping them out as well too. It's a mutual helping there. To treat someone like that and to freak out on you and to make you out to be this awful human being because you show up 20 minutes late to something that was a classic. It was just a misunderstanding for the both. I
honestly, I kind of don't get it. I actually don't really understand. Like,
I don't get it either.
Like, there's someone on the internet just like ranting probably this very moment about how terrible of a human being I am for being 20 minutes late to a show. I wasn't told to be there at 7 on a call-in show.
Right.
Is that really like is that really like the line?
I don't think so.
It's like at what point would he decide this is it? Like, was it 10 minutes? 10 minutes went by. He's like, that's it. This is an outrage. It makes no sense.
Yeah, man.
Why would you get so upset about this?
I don't know. I mean, I
it's
don't
like,
know if it's for maybe it's like his strat.
It's childish.
Maybe that's what his strategy is. So
I mean, I guess he is getting attention about it, but like,
yeah.
It makes you look pretty childish, I think.
Hashtag free Limon, man.
Also, how about showing up to your match then? Being like, oh no, this is an excuse just to cancel the match.
He said you got to treat the fish right. That's what he said.
I mean, whatever.
You got to learn how to treat the fish, man. You don't treat the fish like that. He's the fish in that. That's what he said. He said he's the fish. You got to treat him better.
He's actually right.
Overall, live at the bike experience. What'd you think about the show? I feel like the show, it's doing a lot of big things. That they're growing. I just did some commentary on there as well too. Shout out to my boy Feldman. Shout out to my buddy Dylan, Mr. GTO. And yeah, I feel like the show, I really like what I'm seeing from Live at the Bike. I feel like they're doing some great things. A lot of high stakes cash games with American poker players.
Yeah.
Streamed all the time. I love what they're doing. I love the direction they're going.
Yeah, the last few weeks have been good. They had Massa on. They had Abernathy on. They had.Cate Hall on. They had obviously Fee's been making some appearances as well.
Fee's been getting after it.
Yeah, they've had a good lineup of interesting people on the show, and I think if they continue to go that direction, that they're gonna find a lot of success in that space. That's like the streaming poker space is definitely growing right now. A lot of people are trying to get in the mix on it,
right.
And so trying to establish yourself as like a bigger player at this point, I think it's a pretty smart move.
Yeah, it seems like there's an opening for like a stream that's doing that a couple of times. We got King's Casino out there over in I don't want them to say the wrong fucking country. So shout out to my boy Leon out over in King's Casino over there. I don't know what's happened over there. Allegedly, Bellagio's starting up a stream just like that, just like Live at the Bike. Bellagio Poker's gonna be starting up a stream. I would imagine once Bellagio hits it, we have some other ones. You have Stones, and you had a couple other smaller ones. But I imagine once Bellagio,
Poker Night America,
of course, too. Yeah, I guess I don't really count them as one casino because they're more of a traveling sort of thing. So, and they don't do it like on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
But I still think their show is great too because they have high stakes with players that you know. But I feel like
bang.
I guess that's true. A little bit of bang to some people. It kind of is, though. Yeah. But you want to see people that you know. You want to see players that you know. You want to see the faces that you know. You want to see people that you're interested in. So I feel like this is going to be something. It's going to be something that's going to keep growing and growing, and this could be the next wave of poker content.
Yeah, I think the streaming aspect makes it very interesting because people just like the idea of like live action happening. That premise, I think people really like because then they feel like you're part of it. Like it's happening right now. I'm part of it. If something happened like 7 years ago, then like did
it even happen?
Did it really even happen? Yeah, exactly. It's like not relevant. So
right. Might as well take the video down.
We'll get there. But anyway, yeah, I think it's definitely Twitch has done a lot to expand the space. And I think that there's other platforms too that are, like YouTube has live streaming, Facebook has live streaming. Kind of like everyone is rolling out live streaming in some way. That's where the future is going. And I think the biggest reason is audience retention. If you look at how long the average viewer watches something when it's a stream, it's much, much higher than when it's a video.
That makes sense. Because the stream goes longer, right? So
because it goes longer, and because it goes longer, and because it's more engaging.
Like a comment to real time with other people that are doing it.
Like my stats are.
You marrying me right now?
Yeah, man.
You just married me right now. It's a strat right there. You better look up mirroring. It's when you marry the other person's movements to make them feel more comfortable during the conversation.
go the other leg then.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm gonna go back to like this. Anyway, so the point is, when you look at like average view time, like on YouTube, I think my average view time per video is like 7 or 8 minutes, right?
Nice.
But I think on Twitch, my average view time is like, I don't know, 40 minutes or something like that per viewer. And that's not exactly the best way of looking at it because that's view time per video. So if someone goes through like a spree of videos, that's just like their average per video, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like not the best way of looking at it. But the point remains that streams tend to have higher retention per viewer than pretty much any other form of content. So that format just has legs because of that, because of how good that retention is, and because it's good content. You know, it's like actual people playing poker, you know, less focus on just like the more complex stuff. It's like actual poker happening. Mm-hmm. I think that there's a large demand for that, and we're going to see a bunch of new players probably emerge in that area over the course of the next like couple of years.
Yeah, I think so. I think people have a big chance to make a name for themselves with these streams, whether they become players on the stream, whether they make a big call with with a hand that is a bluff catching hand type hand, like a jack sort of hand like that. Yeah, I feel like I don't know.
Jack hand. Yeah.
You want to talk about the jack hand real quick? So listen, that's not the best call of all time. All right, so we had to technically do a little editing there because we had to plug the phone in, plug the computer in.
It's a computer.
It's a computer. But all right, so let's talk about this jack hand, this big jack hand. You and Alec Torelli. So the big hand, he calls down with jack. Everyone thinks it's the best call in the world. Now, I got to be honest. I played a lot of millions of hands of Nolan Holm back in the day. That's not the sickest call I've ever seen. I've seen more sick calls in one session of poker. You go 3 streets, check call with jack on an ace-side board against a crazy guy who's trying to bluff him. I mean, is that one of the best calls of all time? I don't think so, man.
Well, okay, for starters, like obviously a great call. Your hand isn't very good and is nowhere near any kind of like theoretical strategy. So, but like, it was correct. So just in that, it was a huge pot and was correct. Great call. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about like calling down 130 blinds down with like a pair between, basically second pair-ish type situation, which, it isn't that crazy. But the thing is, like, a lot of it's the marketing. Like for me, like when I marketed it as like the craziest call ever, like I'm like, oh my god, there's like an explosion behind me and like the thumbnail or whatever, like you want to get people in the door, and it is a pretty crazy hand, all things considered. So best call of all time, probably not, but it's still an interesting hand and a pretty crazy call down. I would still say it is.
What do you think about your boy Alec Torelli, man? You got a chance to play with him. Obviously, he's doing a lot of content out there.
Right.
He thinks he made the sickest call of all time. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So I actually will say this about Alec. I told him this when I met him because I really had never met him before. I don't think before last week.
You told me you liked his intro, didn't you?
I told him I liked his intro. No, but I think that he works really hard, and when you consider the fact that he's like a one-man show, like he does a lot. Like
wait, who films him? He's always walking around, and didn't you ever see his? He's like walking around like a Macau, or someone's filming him. It can't be one man show.
I assume it's probably like is it his girlfriend or wife?
His wife. Shout out to his wife. I met her. Nice woman.
I assume she's doing some of the filming, but I mean the point is like he does his own training stuff. He does his own YouTube. He does his own socials. He's on everything. And he's getting a lot done as one person. So, like, I respect the hustle for sure. Like, there aren't that many people that are in the game like that. There's, like, you, Torelli. Who else is, like, a one-man show like that?
Well, Jimmy pays that guy $7,000 to edit his videos.
You're really throwing Stapler?
I like him, man. It's my guy. I like him.
Anyway.
Yo, man, listen. I tried to get him. I said that he should win the Twitch Streamer of the Award on the jury. I said I voted for Jamie.
You voted for Jamie?
That's my guy. I voted for Jamie.
Dude, you cannot vote for Jamie. If you're going to not vote for Jay Carver, you have to vote for Tonka.
I thought Jamie should win.
You clearly have to vote for Tonka. Why should Jamie win?
Just let's go ahead. Keep it going.
You're just fucking around.
I know. I'm kidding. That's my guy, though. Maybe he's got a chance.
There's a reasonable argument made for Tonka, I think, but I don't
think Jamie can win next year. He's on the rise, man.
I don't know.
The guy's got work ethic. I respect him.
Absolutely his work ethic, and things have been going well for him lately. I'm rooting for him. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's a nice guy in the poker space. And he definitely works really hard. But so he's on there. Who else really grinds, though, man? Who else is out there grinding? Jay Carver and Tonk on the Twitch side. But, like, who's doing, like, YouTube vids and stuff? Like,
Besides the vlogger guys. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, I guess Andrew Neem's doing a lot, too.
Doug, what are you eating today? Oh yeah, you had 6-8 suited. What'd you do when you 3-bet?
I was thinking about Vegas and the fucking Mirage. No. But anyway, going back to talking about Torelli, like I respect the level of effort he's putting in, and like his overall strat is like reasonably good. As a poker player, I mean, I don't really know much about him other than jacks, so like, doesn't look like. I imagine he's not an extremely good poker player, but you know, I think he's I don't know what to say.
Are you serious? He's been playing around for a long time. He's been playing high stakes for a long time.
So playing for a long time means you're good? Because if that's true, there are some great players. Guy Liberté.
Oh my fucking god.
We're gonna go down this road. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Okay, we're between Guy Liberté and Alec Torelli, man.
Well, Torelli's better. I'm just kidding. Look, the point is like the point is really this: when someone is just playing in untracked live games that you don't know where they are, you don't really know what the results are.
Sure.
You don't really know anything about their strategy. All you know is that they're playing.
He puts the strategy videos up though.
Yeah, but like his actual playing strategy, you don't really know. So it's like the brief sample of Torelli I've seen has been some like really ridiculous tight folds and jacks, which was insanely his call down. So it's like really hard for me to say like there's a chance Torelli is great at poker, because I don't have enough sample to go on other than my small amount of hands I've seen. But like you're not proven, and that's like I think one of the biggest problems. This is actually kind of an interesting subject. I know we weren't planning on talking about it, but just talk about it for a moment. There are so many people out there in poker that are coaching without really any merit to be coaching at all, or like they can't beat the games anymore, or they can't do any of these things. Like for example, for me, last year was the first year where I really moved into like training. And I still had a great year. I still did well in live tournaments. Still did well online. I won like hundreds of thousands of dollars streaming.
A bracelet.
I won a bracelet. I had a good year. But for a lot of players, I think that they just like move into coaching, and then at some point, like how do you even know that you're really winning anymore? How do you really know you're a great player anymore? Because you're not testing yourself. You're not playing online. You're not playing cash games. You're not, you're not really putting much of your game out there for anyone to see. So. And I'm not saying about Torelli specifically. I'm saying the coaching market in general has some questionable people. There's some questionable sites out there, and make sure that if you're going to be coached by someone, that they're going to be legit players.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this too because I've done a tiny bit of PLO coaching, but it's mainly my stuff. I kind of try to stay away from PLO coaching just because. I don't know. I don't want to feel like kind of, I don't want to coach fucking. I've played so long. I feel like you give it all away. I mean, it's just the idea of coaching. I don't know, man. It just seems like contradictory in a lot of ways. But at the same time,
why is it contradictory?
It's like you work so hard, and plus I was against coaching for a while too.
I know you were against coaching for a while.
Yeah.
I don't see what's contradictory about teaching other people how to be good at poker.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I've actually enjoyed coaching. I feel like I've gotten a lot better from coaching. Like,
you do.
Yeah, honestly, I've gotten a lot better at PLO just by like helping anyone of any skill level out. Like I always learn something every single time I coach.
You know what?
It's kind of crazy.
One thing that I think helped me a lot in my game along the way. I always had stakes or students basically pretty much the whole way through. And what I realized was by looking at everyone else so much. It let me view myself in a much more like third party view. Like let's say that I saw someone else do what I just did or what someone else just did. What would I say? What would I think about that guy playing jacks? Like what I'm saying? Like it let me.
What would you think? Yeah.
I don't know. It lets me think about things in a way that's like less biased, and I have to really answer my own to myself about how good something is because like I'm coaching people, and I think that made me a better player.
Yeah, I feel the same way about everything. Even with people I'm doing with GTO Club, anytime I talk to somebody and I see them do something, I'm like, man, like, come on, like, it's sort of like it helps me realize what. I mean, this has really helped me realize my poker league sport too. Is a lot of them were kind of around stop loss, and even though I chase losses often, I didn't chase losses often. Sometimes, so that's why I had negative 50 buy-in sessions, negative 30 buy-in sessions.
Yes.
I lost $100,000 in a session. I probably shouldn't have done that. With the proper bankroll at the time. So yeah, I think that coaching overall, though, I don't really follow the coaching market, so I don't know who's out there. I don't know what they're doing.
There's a lot of
I don't know what's happening.
You know what there is?
So I'm not sure.
Lately, there's been a lot of like markety kind of people getting into the poker coaching space. I've seen a lot more like ads for it just out there in general. I don't really have specific sites off the top of my head. But like at the end of the day, like if you're gonna learn from someone you know is good. You know,
right?
I mean, obviously, like in general, not to like go too much into like the coaching space, but I'm really proud of what Upswing has done in the last year.
Great site.
And I think other than Upswing, I think the only other real solid coaching site out there is Run It Once.
Bang Bang.
Why is that Bang Bang?
I mean, listen, you're knocking some other sites out there, buddy. There's some other sites out there.
But I mean, like, just straight up, like clearly the best two sites, and have people involved that are really great players, right?
Right.
So
not like Jerry Kornheimer from fucking he sells a book and then he wrote something and.
Is that an actual person?
I don't know. It could be. I feel like when I'm looking up my book. Just made up listen, when I'm on Amazon, I'm looking up my book, Chasing the Poker Dream: The Quality of a Successful Poker Player. I see me and I'm
which
like,
you can find on Amazon, by the way.
Of course you can. 99, the best poker book you ever buy for $9.99. It really is. I mean, man,
that's actually
it's really good. Ryan
steal.
Fee's in there too. I mean, it's good.
It's a steal.
But then I see other guys on there. I'm like, I've never even heard of this fucking dude.
Exactly.
And these guys are writing books. They're coaching.
Because there's no bar you have to pass to be a coach.
Right.
All you have to do to be a coach is convince people you can coach them. But to be a successful poker player, you have to be able to win. So, what do you want? Like, do you want someone that's been winning and is coaching you, or do you want someone that just like knows a lot of people, or like was able to sell a lot of books, or able to, you know what I'm saying? So just be careful is what I would say.
All right, let's move on here. We're trying to put this on our hour today. So we got future of content of poker in general. So future of content on YouTube poker. You're obviously doing a lot of YouTube stuff. You got the poker hands. You got these little segments now. You got the special PLoker hands once in a while. Where do you feel the future of content in poker going right now? Because we got a lot of new stuff out on YouTube. Like myself, I'm sort of sticking to kind of what I'm doing for right now with podcast and with PLO stuff. But where do you see overall poker content going here in this near future?
I think we've got a really good situation for poker to get some growth kind of across the board. I think that when we compare it back to the World Series of Poker really getting big, Chris Moneymaker effect kind of in play, pre Black Friday, we're never going to get back there. I think that people like have a little bit of a dream, like, oh man, if U.S. poker is legal, it's going to be like the old days. It will be good, but it's not going to be like it was back then because players are so much better nowadays. But we are seeing a little bit of, we're seeing some growth in the poker space in terms of streams and videos and pods and just general content people can consume, videos that they can watch. We're seeing growth in that space. And of course, the two biggest players are Twitch and YouTube. Twitch poker 2.5 years ago wasn't even a thing,
right?
And now we have a lot of people that are involved. We have a bunch of the Grind Nation guys streaming, pretty much every day.
This guy's killing it. Pav, Bulero, Cordy B, Adrian Phoenix, B Parrish, Jay Nandez,
the whole squad, and Fees occasionally once in a while.
Fees stops in the booth once in a while. I feel like Fees like a founding fucking member. I mean, I don't know, man. Fees, Coletta, Serious, those are the guys, man. I don't know.
They're the crew.
It's the fucking squad right there.
And then of course, like the biggest guys like Jake Carver, Tonka, Kevin Martin,
Slots.
Oh my god, that's
high stakes poker.
That's the whole separate thing.
Yeah, those are big streamers too.
We'll talk about that.
I love the slots guys. Those guys are good.
They're great. Those slots. Oh my god, the best slots, guys. If you enjoy watching slots, you're gonna love the Twitch Poker Directory.
Dude, you see how they push that button though? They go click.
Whoa.
And then things happen. It's fucking crazy.
You gotta time that.
I watched for like 3 minutes the other day. It was pretty enticing.
You gotta time it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then on the YouTube front, we really have like the rise of the vlogger right now. Andrew Neem, Jake Cody, other random people that are vlogging, and there's so many of them, man. It's like kind of hard to like. Yeah. Every day I go on YouTube, there's like some like thumbnail on the side with like pocket aces like looking down. I'm like, okay. I guess it's a good video. It has pocket aces. How could it not be?
2-5 takeover, fucking Jack 7 offsuiter. I mean, yeah, I don't know, whatever.
But I think the future is looking really good in both those spaces. Obviously, I am more. I think that the potential in YouTube is bigger. It's just a bigger platform. It's the second biggest search engine in the world.
You're going to say that.
Yeah, it's the go-to thing to say because it's true.
It's I think it's true.
Way bigger than Twitch. So, where do you want to play? Do you want to play in the biggest game or do you want to play in like a big game? And so I'm putting more of my effort into the YouTube side.
Bang bang.
It's not. It's true.
I was in a bang bang.
How is it not Bang Bang?
Bang Bang.
How is it Bang Bang?
Bang Bang typically is true.
Okay, so wait. I thought Bang Bang just means you're taking a shot.
You're kind of taking a shot there.
I'm not.
Bang Bang can be a true statement. If I say that guy's a
Okay.
shareable poker player
Okay.
and he's a terrible poker player, it's a truth and a Bang Bang.
But the thing is, like, I guess it's weird to me because, like, if we're just gonna say facts and it's a Bang Bang because it's a fact, it's just like randomly we're just gonna say Bang Bang a ton.
It'd be great. I think it's
You
a
should
great way to
respond.
live.
You should respond with Bang Bang there. Clear response was Bang Bang. Anyway, I think that there's a lot of growth on Twitch Poker. I think there's a lot of guys doing great stuff on Twitch Poker. I think it helps YouTube. I think YouTube helps Twitch. I think they kind of go hand in hand. But we're seeing a lot of growth in both, and I'm excited for the future.
Me too. I'm just excited to see what happens, man. Let's go next. Let's move on. We got a couple more things we want to do. Heads up course. Doug, you put out debatably the best heads up course of all time. $999 and zero. What is it? 99999.
It's just $9.99.
$999 course. Listen, man, some people are going to say it's a lot of money for a course, but I know you. The kid was grinding hard. How many videos did you do? 50 videos or some shit? Like, well, what videos was it?
The whole course ended up being like 100-ish videos, I think.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. You're insane.
It was, it's around 28 hours in the like course itself, and then I also did an analysis of the Brainstorms AI challenge, which was another 6 hours.
28 hours of videos?
Yeah, 28 hours. Yeah, of like real good stuff. Like I am
crazy.
So you know, when I was in the middle of it,
crazy, man.
When I was in the middle of it, I felt like I was like, man, I really hope that this is as good as I want to be, because it's so easy when you're like on hour 17 of like the video grind over the course of like however long. It's so easy to feel like, am I still with them? Like right. Are people still going to be enjoying this? And you know, I was like really looking forward to getting feedback when people first started purchasing the course, and I have not gotten, I believe, a single complaint yet. I think all I've gotten from people is just like how excited and how much they love what I made. So that feels really good. It feels good to get that feedback from people that, you know, yeah, $1,000 is a serious investment, and if you do spend $1,000 at Upswing, I want to make sure you're getting bang for your buck, you know. Mm-hmm. And I would like to think in Heads Up No Limit that if you're spending like, you know, $30 an hour for me to like coach you, I'd like to think that that's like almost always going to be worth it for your game.
You know what, Doug? I got a deal to give away right now. I just came up with this deal right now. All right? Anyone out there? Because I got 2 members of my GTO club that signed up. What's up? What up, Poppy? What's up, bro? What's up, man? I'm about to give away a deal.
Special guest.
I'm about to give away a deal. Jinx, you ready? Jinx, Binks? Okay, I'm about to give away a deal, okay? Listen. Anyone out there? Because I got 2 guys in my group. They said they loved the course. They picked up one thing. I got my buddy John Popraise in the club. He picked up one thing, played in a private game, had a 50K session. So picks up one thing from the course. Not even a heads-up game. It's a short-handed, 4-handed, 5-handed. Mainly a PLO guy. But still bought the course and learned from the course. Here's what I'm going to do. You buy the course today. I'll give you, if you're the right fit, I'll give you a free month in the GTO Club. That's $379.
Wow.
$375 worth of value for anyone out there new. If they want to check out my GTO Club, it's over at onepokerlife.com. GTO Club's right at the top. Find out information. Basically, a group of people that are out there trying to crush it, trying to get after it, trying to fucking just make it happen with themselves. And that's what the group is. The group is about supporting people, putting out content, putting out stuff out there. I skip this right now because I believe in the course. That's that extra value I'm giving for people today. You sign up, get in touch with me, let me know, let's talk. You get a free month in the group right there. Bam.
You know, I had no idea where that was going, but that was good. That was good. I was like, I don't know. You're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm like, this is we're calling an audible.
It's not on the notes.
Like that is not in the notes.
You like it, Poppy? What's up, bro? That's what I'm doing for the people, man.
Awesome, dude. That sounds good. Yeah, and actually, if you want to talk a little bit about the GTO Club too,
I get shy talking about the club.
What's up?
I get shy talking about the club. Okay, go ahead. I'll talk about it.
Why are you shy talking about the club?
I don't know, man. I got this cool dog. This dog's awesome, man.
Yeah. Binks is awesome.
You know what? Okay, I'm not kissing you, dog. I say one of those videos. I got it, man. Here, go talk to Doug. Come here, dog. What are you talking?
So what's new with the club, man?
GTO Club's going well, man. GTO Club's going strong. We're about 6 months in right now. Yeah, man. We got guys in the group and that are really seeing some. You know, it's kind of weird, like, how do you classify it? How do you talk about it? And the main thing for me is just I want to provide an infrastructure and an environment for people that can be in there every day in a positive environment where you can stay on track every day. You are held accountable by other people in the group, by myself, and I work with everyone in the group to get better at whatever it is they want to get better at, whether it's their mindset, whether it's poker-related, Pop in Omaha related. There's all sorts of poker content in there, lifestyle content in there, mindset content in there, and then you're around a group of guys who are super smart fucking guys, man.
Yeah,
from all over the world. It's just you put you in there, and we've had some guys in there, man, that when they came in there, they have these leaks. They frame their lives in this way. They're not very excited to wake up every day and get after it. They don't set goals, and now we have some guys in there, man. Their lives are changed, and it's and you told me I should start doing some more content with them, but yeah, I mean, it's been wild to see have that sort of impact on people. So it's been cool.
I didn't realize until we were talking earlier today, but I didn't realize like how much of a community it is. It's about like trying to better yourself and being in like a group where you can get that kind of support and feedback in a way that I think that is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely like a daily basis sort of support from everyone, and that's it's been a great experience, and it's just a matter of how big do I want it to be, how much do I want to put into it, and I think now I'm sort of realizing getting better at the whole entire entrepreneur aspect of things and getting better at dealing with people and coaching. And coaching's fucking hard. It's not necessarily that easy. It's challenging.
Honestly, like I feel that in the last like year, I feel like we have my job. I think has changed more than your job, but like we're becoming like adults.
Scary.
We're like doing like business stuff now, and we're just like moving into a different area than just like having always made money playing poker. Because the thing about poker was it always felt so safe. It's like if I play this game, I know I'm gonna get the money because I have a good strategy and like I just have to rely on myself and I know everything. And now we're like going into like different areas where it's like I wouldn't say that I'm afraid. I would just say that I'm like I feel like there's no like I'm trying to think of the word how to phrase this. It's like I've never done this before.
Right.
So you're like, I wonder how this is going to go. I don't exactly know how it's going to go. I'm going to give my best. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to try and better myself from this. And I'm excited, man.
That's the same way I feel, dude. It's like kind of terrifying sometimes because especially in a group like mine, I don't have many, I try to keep it small, under 20. So it's like, you have guys that graduate, that move on to other things, that want to try it on their own. And then you have a couple guys, they might drop out. And then you're like, okay, well, let me find. So it's very like, it is different than poker. Whereas like poker, I feel like poker is so safe, man. Everything's like, I want to make money, I go play. I mean, that's like how it's been for years. It's and it's so different now.
Or for you, if you want to make money, you go to a prop bet. Why do people still prop bet you?
I don't know why they prop bet me, honestly. People are
3-0, right?
I think I lost
4-0.
one. I lost a play money prop bet. I won 2 Supernova League prop bets. Won the 600,000 hand, 50,000 hand, and the book one.
So you're 4-1.
Well, masturbation prop bet count with Fedor? If we count that one,
So you're 5-1.
5-1. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But I lost the play money challenge, which I could have won if I would have let my friends try. They tried giving me chips at the end. I was like, guys, please stop this. So
that's
I lost $18,000 because of my goodness in that one. So
wow, man, what a guy! You didn't cheat in your prop bet.
Yeah,
dude,
I know.
Pat in the back, dude. What a guy, guys. Whoa, everyone's like, I respect Joey so much more now.
Well, they were trying to chip them at the end. I go, guys, will you stop? Like, stop shoving into me and folding. Like, that's what they were doing.
Yeah. No,
so, it kind of...
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, but I wanted to win that one fair and square, and unfortunately, I couldn't do that one. So, we lost in the last hour. But yeah, with prop bets, I don't know why people still prop bet me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it's easy money and good money, so... But yeah, what else we got to talk about? We got this last subject, right?
All right, so this is something
This is serious, guys.
This is... I put a video out on Friday about this topic, and pretty sad moment for the channel. For those of you that don't know, I received essentially a cease and desist from High Stakes Poker on using the footage to do Poker Hands episodes. And I talk about this over on my channel if you want to see like my exact thoughts, but just to kind of give a recap here. I really do feel that what I'm doing is in the fair use space. I'm taking content and I'm taking hands and I'm analyzing poker hands, correct?
Poker hands.
And I'm analyzing the way that they should have been played from a strategic point of view. And if you look at in other areas, like for example, movie analysis, there are channels that the way they work is they take clips from movies and they analyze it for educational purposes. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I am taking hands and then explaining how to play poker better from them, right? So does that fall under fair use? I think it's almost identical to that example, and I believe that does fall under fair use. but I'm not going to live or die on Poker Hands episodes from High Stakes Poker. You know, like let's say that like if I don't do it,
Bang bang.
let's say that if I don't take them down, I risk getting sued. And like, do I really want to put it on the line to get Gus Hansen, you know, with quads against Daniel Negreanu? And I probably don't want to. I don't think that that's worth it. So I have some attorneys looking into it right now, and I'm hoping to get some feedback. I don't exactly know my game plan, but I'm definitely sad that I put that much time and effort into those videos. And on the other hand, like, this was going to happen at some point, one way or another, because at some point there wouldn't be any hands left to do, right? The show can only take so many High Stakes Poker hands because there's only so many episodes of High Stakes Poker. I just was hoping to be able to do it for a bit longer, but you know, here we are.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate to see. You know, I don't exactly know why they would say something like that. You know, other guys have been doing it for a while. There's other guys that do hands. There's the poker dudes do hands. You know, someone like Alec does some hands, and I actually don't know who else does hands, but I don't know who does Hold'em hands. But it is kind of unfortunate to see that High Stakes Poker is going to step in and do that to your channel. That you're giving these guys. They make money from the videos too, and there's millions of views on these videos. I don't know. I don't understand why they decide right now to go ahead and do something like that.
Yeah, it is weird to me that you know, on Twitch there's a 24. If you guys are hearing me talk right now on Twitch, probably this very moment there's a stream called High Stakes Poke, and it just streams High Stakes Poker 24/7. Right?
You know, I have a wild theory. My theory is that's GSN. Collecting the affiliate money for the affiliate ads they run underneath that. That's been my theory I've had. That's why it doesn't get taken down.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It could be, I guess. But then there's also people on YouTube but there's also multiple streams of it on Twitch.
Yeah, I haven't figured that one out.
But anyway, the point is, there are other people on YouTube doing it. There are full High Stakes Poker episodes on YouTube. There are certainly at least one or multiple Twitch streams with High Stakes Poker. No one has ever gotten cease and desist before me. So, yeah, I mean, like, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to do my best moving forward to just continue to grow the channel. Frankly, the channel has been insane lately. It's been getting unbelievable growth. I'm so happy to have, like, such a good audience. But this is just a small little roadblock in the way.
Small little hurdle on the path to the 800 yards. On the 800-yard meter hurdle.
What the hell was that?
I don't know about you. Listen, I'm not here.
Those were all words, but
you got hurdle, Olympic. You got the hurdles. They're jumping. Right. 800 meters. You're at like 100 meters right now. You're trying to jump the hurdle. GSN's the hurdle.
Okay, so we're gonna jump the hurdle and we're gonna
right over that hurdle, bro.
Right on the next one.
Right over that hurdle. Run on to the next one. Bam. You get another high stakes player. Runs over. Jump. Bam. You know.
Yeah.
Bad
that's
reg.
me.
Jumps. Bam. That's it. Man. That's all we got to talk about here, man. So I guess tell people where can they expect to find you, man. Where can they look for you? What do you got in store for the peoples?
So coming up, I'm going to be playing the LAPC, the WPT Shooting Star Tournament Classic Doug style. We're going to be doing a giveaway on my Facebook page. You can check it out, Doug Polk Poker.
You should give away 100%.
Dude, I'm not giving away 100%.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm just trying to get the people some money. Listen, I do this for you.
I'm going to give away 10%. Like a reasonable person. Of course, I'll be doing videos on my channel pretty much every day. So if you guys want to check those out too, Doug Polk Poker.
Mm-hmm.
And
great channel. And
then next up for me is going to be in mid-March. I'm going to Philadelphia to commentate on the Mike D'Antali versus Cate Hall heads-up match.
Nice. I might be there too.
Nice. I thought you weren't going to go.
Me and Samantha Abernathy might do some alternative commentary.
Alternative commentary.
Alternative lifestyle commentary.
Wow, okay.
We get drunk and we commentate on the action too.
Nice.
I know you and Shawnee are going to do a great job.
You can't drink?
Huh?
I'm sure you can drink while you're commentating, right?
Yeah, oh no, we're going to drink for sure.
Am I going to drink?
I hope so.
Me too.
You're going to need to.
I hope so.
Think about the surroundings of that situation, right? I mean, you got to drink in that
live
situation.
Poker.
I know, Jesus. I mean, right, yeah. I hope you drink, so. But yeah, you got that coming up. What else? That's it? I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, man.
They can find you on Snapchat.
WCG Writer.
Instagram.
Doug Polk Poker.
Facebook.
Doug Polk Poker.
Website.
Doug Polk Poker. Upswingpoker.com.
Okay. Is that all we got?
That's all we got.
All right. That's all I got, guys. I'll be back soon. We got some more podcasts coming up. And that's all I got, man. Much love, Poppy. Appreciate you joining. Would you look up? What do you think I was going to do? Is it throw it to the sky or something like that? Or what, man? Come on.
Where are we going?
There it is.
All right. Peace.
All right, guys. Peace out. Take care, man. Adios.